I remember back when I first quit drinking, I was always extra anxious on Friday nights. Because back in my drinking days, Friday night was the night that I would always go ham on the alcohol. I would have probably been on about day 3 of my bender. I would have woken up Friday with a horrible hangover and would start drinking as soon as I possibly could. I would drink myself into oblivion, black out, pass out, wake up, drink again. And I was always so excited to do this because it was just something about Fridays. And I knew I didn't have to work the next day, Saturday. So it was just free reign to go as hard as I possibly could. And when I was sober curious, thinking about quitting drinking, one of my biggest fears was Friday nights because I couldn't imagine a Friday night not drinking because that's all I knew for at least 10 years is drinking as much as I possibly could. I lived for my Friday night drinking, and if anything got in the way of that, I was not happy. And this is where I'm so thankful to have a community because that's where I learned that I needed to have a plan going into Friday nights. I couldn't just wing it and keep the same schedule and routine that I had normally had because more than likely that would have ended up in me drinking like it always had. So I planned out my evening literally in blocks. Every hour I knew what I was going to be doing because I knew for the most part up until 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I would be okay. I could keep myself busy with work and other things. But come about 3, 4 o'clock, I knew I was going to have to do something to disrupt the cycle and do something to distract myself. And it worked. It sucked, but it worked. And I remember waking up that next Saturday morning like I felt like I had conquered the world. That was one of the best sense I've ever had of delayed gratification in my life. Because up until that point, I hadn't had a sober Saturday morning, hangover free, in as long as I could remember. It felt foreign to me to wake up on a Saturday morning without a hangover. And that right there started to build that little bit of sober confidence. It worked those sober muscles to get me to a place where I started to believe just slightly, but that I could actually maybe do this. And still, even almost 19 months later, waking up on Saturday mornings without hangovers is such a sweet feeling. It feels like a victory every single time.